until, oh, I think she's back. 1 sec. Oh my God, there she is. Hi guys.
Hey guys. Am I back for sure?
You are back.
Yay! Okay. I am not gonna waste your guys' time. I will just tell you what happened later. Pretty much, my computer was at like 1% and I didn't know, and it was just like, you're done. So anyways, I'm back. Okay. So with that said, you were doing some math. Okay, let's take a quick 5 minutes or 10 or 15 and ask Paloma any questions about sales you have. Yes, I'm back, Tizzy. Hello. Let's just do a quick Q&A, and then Paloma and I are going to tell you what we got going on, okay? Which a lot of you guys are.
Guys, there's something so freaking exciting that, I hope you have health insurance, because you're going to fall over and your mind's going to be blown, because my mind was blown when I was seeing the behind the scenes of it. So anyways, side note.
Yeah. So guys, first, before we tell you what we got going on, do you have any questions around selling high ticket or packaging high ticket offers, selling high ticket offers with confidence, anything along those damn lines? Let's see. Amanda said, are y'all doing a collab? That would be fab. I like your rapping skills, Amanda. I don't know if you're trying to rap, but.
If it rhymes all of the times, and does anything else rhyme with that? No, sorry.
And that's
it. My rap career just began and ended, so there you go.
And that's it.
Better than that.
Okay. Good question. Brooklyn says, making the first sale, getting my first client. Tips.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Okay. So let me just ask you, Brooklyn, this is Brooklyn, right? Mm-hmm. A couple side questions. Have you already decided what your area of specialty is? Do you already know like what your thing is, what you love doing, and what you want to give to the world? When it comes to getting your first client, this is the way that I think about it. Business, even though it gets harder as the game goes on, weirdly enough, I know this sounds strange, but it also gets easier. It's like when you're making a snowman. I'm in Canada, okay? So every day we make snow, men, women, humans, trans snow people, anything snow we make, because that's Canadian culture for you, okay? And when you're making a snowball, the beginnings, you're like, you guys call them gloves or mitts in America? I don't know. Gloves?
Mittens?
Okay, your mittens. So you're like putting snow together, but it's like sticking to your mittens, and it's hard. The beginning is hard. The middle is hard and the end is hard, and all of it is hard. But there's some unique difficulty to the beginning, because it is sort of like a chicken egg thing, right? They're like, well, I want to see the proof to be able to work with you. But to be able to have that proof, you need people who say yes to working with you. And so, Brooklyn, have you had mock coaching clients before? Have you had mock coaching clients before? Please let me know in the comments below. Because you become super confident, not just when someone pays you, but you become super confident when you're like, damn, I can really help people. And guess what? There are a lot of people who are being paid who still don't believe that they can really help people. And so as soon as you realize that you can make a true, profound difference in people's lives, you will start putting yourself out there more confidently. When you start in this whole crazy game, it is a thing of putting yourself out there and helping people and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. It's kind of like a mom. It's like you have this like tiny little baby, and you give and you give and you give, and you hope that Stella one day will become a famous movie star and buy you a mansion. But you don't know, because you're just like giving on faith, right? You have to, at the beginning of your business, realize that the process you have to love the process. Because seriously, if you take your whole career progression, right, from let's say 0 to 100 on a graph, you're going to spend 99% of your time in the middle. You're going to spend 99% of your time in process. So if you detest the process, then guess what? You hate like 99% of your life. So first of all, love the process. 2, give really well. Don't focus on getting really well right now. Focus on how can I give really well. So you put in front of people this offer to do some free stuff for them and blow their freaking mind. create a reciprocity gap, right? A karmic gap in the universe where you have given so much. You know, when like at this point in your life, if you have like a parent that you really love, and I hope you all do, you feel like there's nothing that you could give them that would amount to that. Like my mom is so cute. Like she doesn't really like cooking, but she's like literally taught me everything that I knew. And like ever since I was a space cadet little kid, like didn't give me up for adoption. And I was an annoying adult. I can't imagine what an annoying kid I was. Okay. And she always just like gave me all the love in the world. There's nothing that I could give that could match up to that. But right now she'd be like, Paloma, will you make me one of your famous Paloma salads? I'd be like, yeah, Mom, I got you, you know? And so it's like, give so much that the other person can't help but be like an evangelical passer honor of what you do, right? And trust me, if you're known for helping people, people will start tagging you, right? You want to dominate the keyword. First of all, decide on your specialty and that will evolve. Dominate that keyword. Be known for Lauren equals branding, Paloma equals confidence, whatever. Think of, I want to be known as the blank girl or the blank guy, whatever. And then just give. I know it's not fancy. I know it's not exciting. But then at a certain point, also, don't be scared to put a price on what it is that you do. And all of those friends and family members that are like, can I have the friend and family member? Can I just pick your brain, whatever? Don't be afraid to say, hey, this is what I do. If I give you the free version, I promise you it won't serve you in the same way as if you actually like sign on and we really do this thing, because people need some skin in the game to really kick ass, and pitch them on it. And it is a little bit of persistence. And also go spy on the people who are doing it, and you can kind of reverse engineer a lot of what's working in their case, you know?
Yeah. And one of the, I will say, this is what I truly believe, one of the easiest ways to get your first clients is not to go into other people's audiences and do market research on other people's audiences, but rather grow your own audience. And here's the thing, a lot of entrepreneurs think that you have to have like 1,000 people in your audience. You have to have even 500. You don't. Right. I have friends, I have influencer friends who have, Facebook groups of 300, 200 people, and they get dozens of clients from their own Facebook group because it's their own audience that they've nurtured, they've gotten to know, like, and trust them. So build your own audience before you go and try to, leverage other people's. It's so much easier if you build an audience around your specialty and educate them. And like what Paloma said, give. In the beginning, like when I started this group, my motive was to attract people who were like me, because I really struggled with finding my people offline. And I just wanted to be surrounded by people who had a similar vision to me and just thought like me. And I knew in the back of my mind that my Facebook group would be a long-term game and it would be an asset for my business. But I didn't go into it thinking like, I want to get my first client in the next few weeks, right? Yeah. It was, I'm going to give to these people who think like me. They want similar things to what I want. Like, I'm just going to put my talents, my skills, my gifts out there and earn people's trust. And in return, if they eventually want to buy from me, great. If they don't, then I'll change up my strategies or whatever, but you got to go into it with that mindset of how can I help the people who need my help, right? So first of all, like, of course, you've got to know who you're serving. So you've got to know who your ideal client is. You really have to know them on a personal level, not just some like, it drives me crazy when people are like, oh, draw out your ideal client avatar. Here's Susan with blonde hair and she's 35 and lives in the suburbs. Like, that's not your ideal client, okay? You got to know them on a personal level. How can your story relate to them? How can you inspire them, empower them, educate them? So yeah, just piggybacking off what Paloma said about give. And another thing I'll say too is this is what a lot of entrepreneurs think. They think that they have to have these insane pro bono client results before they start putting a price tag on what they do. Right. It's not true. Everybody has to start somewhere. So put a price tag on what you do, even if it's not what you really want to be charging. And then when you get that one person results, double your prices. Like there's nothing that says like you can't double your prices until you have 15 awesome client results and case studies, right? So like I don't know, in the last 6 months, I think I've raised my prices like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like just like, not because somebody was like, okay, Lauren, now you can. It was just because, you know, this feels good now. I'm at a point where I feel like I can again, right? So yeah, you got this, Brooklyn. You got this, girl.
You know what, guys? There's a classic advice from Rich Dad Poor Dad is about like early on in your career, just do shit to learn. I know it's not sexy because like we're in such an ADD culture where it's like everything needs to happen now, fast, instantaneously. I always say to my clients, you're not like work to learn before you work to earn. Really work to learn, because trust me, giving well is an art. Giving well is an art, and trust me, if you can give really well and very specialized, there will be people who want you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you just need to learn a shitload and share a lot.
And this, I also am going to just share this message with every single one of you guys watching this. It's that there's always people watching. So I see a lot of entrepreneurs, especially kind of newer entrepreneurs, get very discouraged very quickly because they feel like they're constantly putting out content, they're doing live streams, they're posting, and they don't get a lot of engagement, or they're not seeing direct results as fast as they would hope. So they think nobody's watching, or nobody's consuming their content, or nobody's seeing their sales posts, or whatever it may be. But the truth is, like, here's what will happen is you'll be putting out posts for a month, and then all of a sudden you'll get somebody in your inbox who's like ready to pay in full, or they're like, all right, where do I sign up? I've been following you for 60 days and I want to buy everything you have. Like, that will happen. I always say that to my clients and students, is that there's always people watching. Your ideal clients, your ideal customers, the people that are ready to pay you, they're out there, they're watching you right now. They're usually either waiting for you to earn their trust, right? Trust isn't something that can be earned overnight. That takes time. Right. Or they're literally waiting for you to give them an opportunity to buy from you. So it's kind of like that fine line between, like, you gotta pitch to be paid, right? I do kind of believe in that, especially when you're starting out. So you do gotta pitch to be paid. And you've also just got to trust the process. That trust takes time to build, right? Just like it can be broken very quickly. It takes time to build. So yeah. And
it's all long game. Like, the truth is, I think of it like this. Remember we were doing math before. Remember when you did long division and there was like some remainder? I think of it like this. There's no remainder in your learning, which means that everything feels like a detour where you're like, oh, I thought I was going straight. Oh shit, now I thought I was working on my business. Now I have to work on my health. Oh, now I have a child. Now I have, like, all these detours are really the real learning. And just kind of embrace them and realize it will take longer than you think. Yeah. It will take longer than you think. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you suck or that you failed, whatever. Like, we've chosen a really amazing and really intense path where, like, yes, there are some people who've gone through the forest and cut down some trees for us, but not in the same way as it is when you're an employee. Every day you have to ask yourself, what's the best thing I could do today? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Brooklyn, I hope that helps you and gives you a little bit of motivation and empowerment. And yeah, you got this. And that message, though, that goes to everybody. So every single entrepreneur here that's watching this, trust the process. If you're not where you want to be today, it doesn't mean you're not going to be there tomorrow or the next month or next year or whatever. Every single day you got to wake up and ask yourself, what actions am I doing today to move me closer to my big, huge, crazy goal, right? So it's the little tiny steps that equate to the big pictures, right? Brooklyn said, so motivated with the heart. Good. Okay, I think that's all the questions. I have to go feed Stella soon. I know I can hear her kind of crying. So we do got to wrap this up, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure.
Lauren, what's I've heard that there's something sexy and amazing coming out. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, so you guys, it kind of makes me emotional to talk about it, honestly. Like, I'm very, very set in stone in my decision, but it's still like, whenever you make a really big decision, whether it's in your personal life or your business, there's still kind of I don't want to say demons, but there's still kind of those feelings that come up where you're like, is it the right choice? Is it not the right choice? And you kind of teeter-totter sometimes, even though your gut knows, like, even though you're like, no, I know this is the right choice. For me, there's just emotional connections to it still. But the truth of the matter is that I have decided, and I am sticking with my gut intuition, that I'm not going to be coaching anymore at the end of this year. And I made a post about it, I think last week, where I kind of explained it all very raw, very real, and I kind of just told you guys why. You can go check that out if you didn't read it. If you didn't see it, you can go check it out. But I'm not going to be coaching at the end of this year anymore, for personal reasons and business reasons. So with that said, I am having one last group coaching program, and the lovely lady that you have listened here for the last imaginary watch, hour and a half, 3 hours, is going to be joining me as a guest expert in the coaching program. It's called Bye Bye Baby, which Angelique Joy, I think was her name, which is a beautiful name, by the way. Like, how gorgeous is that name, Angelique Joy? I was like, oh my God, I love that. That's my next baby's name. But seriously though, it's called Bye Bye Baby. And Angelique, shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Good name.
Isn't it good? It's so simple. I was like, that is perfect. That is exactly what I need. It's called Bye Bye Baby. And basically I have ran this group coaching program. I ran it twice before this year, but the way I'm doing it this third time for the last time is very, very different, obviously, because somebody else is going to be joining me. So the primary basis of it is I'm teaching content marketing. So I'm teaching you content creation, how to attract more customers and clients through organic content. So I mean, put a number on it. I believe if you haven't hit 5-figure months yet, or if you haven't hit 6 figures in your business yet, I really, truly, deeply believe that you don't need paid advertising yet. If you don't have consistent clients, if you don't have a consistent product or a service that sells over and over, you don't need paid ads yet. What you do need is to master organic content, right? So with the 6-week program, I'm teaching the content side of it, and my lovely Paloma is coming in to teach you the sales side of it, okay? So Paloma, if you wanted to add anything there, but that is the primary basis of it. I'm teaching you content creation. Paloma is teaching the sales side of it, sales calls, discovery calls, and all that fun stuff. So,
yeah, guys, I just want to say this to you. Lauren and I have had a lot of behind the scenes conversations. Actually, I think that both of us are just like, well, I freaking love this girl. And it's easy for us to talk for like 4 hours in a row until we're like, okay, I really have to go. Okay, I really have to go. And then it like goes like another hour. But we were in New York and we were just like riffing on ideas of everything that we wanted to give and everything that we wanted to do. And I can just say to you, well, you guys already know and love Lauren. She's fucking amazing. But the amount of love and positive intention and goodness that she's jam packing in this for you guys is pretty remarkable. And we wanted to sort of simplify it. We're like, look, business is fucking complicated and it's overwhelming. But if we can make a very simple system where Lauren is a genius at content, she's a genius at getting engagement, and her storytelling techniques and her branding techniques are amazing and remarkable. Look at what she's been able to do in such a short period of time, okay? And once you get them in the door, you will find people, when you are doing an amazing job at content marketing, you will find that your private messenger starts ringing off the hook. At this moment, you might find yourself second guessing yourself and freaking out and sabotaging and working against. You think that you're swimming this way, but you're going to be like a little bit scared because suddenly all the things that you wanted are coming to you. There comes in a point where confidence, mindset, and also the tactical ability to confidently lead a sales call to the point where instead of, I don't know if you guys ever hear this, let me think about it, which is the kiss of death. If you want to stop hearing that and instead you want to hear, how can I pay? How do I secure my spot? When do we start? If you want to hear that instead, that's what I teach, how to kick ass on your sales calls. And so if you know that you want to just kick ass in your business and you're ready to dive into something pretty fucking magical, this is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity. And you know, if we're both on it, this thing is not going to be cheap, but it's going to be really a beautiful, life-changing, transformative kind of thing. So
Yeah, so the two main parts, like Paloma said, I really want to simplify it. And if you guys, or if you've been watching a lot of my live streams in the group before, then you've probably heard me say a lot of the times that I really try to simplify things because, like Paloma said, business is complicated as it is. So I believe that getting clients, getting customers, and overall just growing your business on social media, like it shouldn't make you want to pull out your hair or throw your laptop out the window. It should be fun and enjoyable to a point, right? So, I mean, the way I've grown my business has just been through organic content.
Yeah.
This is a message that I so hope that you don't have to be anybody but yourself. Like you can be your authentic self. You can share your story. You can attract clients literally by being your weird, I don't know, weird, crazy, awkward, whatever you are, however you define yourself, introverted self, you know, whatever you feel like your weakness is, that's what your ideal clients and customers are actually going to be attracted to. And I'm very, very, very good at showing entrepreneurs like you how to convey that through your content and how to create content consistently that is high quality, that actually positions you as an expert that you are, that you might not feel like right now, but you are. And then Paloma is the one who comes into play when you start attracting those clients through your content, and then you have to get on sales calls or you have to do discovery calls. It's all over the place. That's why I decided to bring Paloma in and teach Be Confident Sales. Okay, so that makes sense, guys. It's content. That's the first step. You have to master content to attract those clients. That's what I'll teach you. Paloma will come in. She will teach the sales side of it, sales calls, discovery calls, selling those high ticket offers. Okay, really stepping into the confident leader that you are. My biggest goal for this, like whoever does join us for this, I want you to really believe that you are an expert overall. Like there's so many entrepreneurs who question their ability to serve, or they question their ability to deliver results, right? So I really want to take you and really help you encompass that real, even if I don't feel like an expert yet, by the end of the 6 weeks, I want you to feel like one. So that's my biggest goal for you.
Yeah. And you know, guys, one of the most incredible things about this is we thought about how we wanted to keep a small group of this. I mean, we could have easily been like, let's take 30 people through the process. What we want to do is really be so high touch. Like Lauren is the kind of person that she gives. I'm the kind of person, if you've worked with me before, you know that I give. And we just want to give this special group to a small group of people that you feel that kind of high touch, that you can ask us any question applied specifically to your business. And it's like you have two coaches who, if you're going to work with either of us individually, you're going to pay a shitload high ticket anyways. But this is a 2-for-1, both surround sound, love, to nurture you into the amazing leader that you really have the capacity to become. And I just want to add this one thing, Lauren, I don't know about you. This is something that I want to admit. I didn't always see the value of coaching. And the truth is, like, I always, like, early on, because I was pretty, like, resourceful, I was like, oh, I'll just get all the freebie and cheapy stuff from all the Facebook groups, blah, blah, blah. And while that's great, be resourceful, friends, soak up all the opportunities. This is when it totally changed for me. I didn't really even realize that my mom was the most incredible coach in the world and that she had mentored me for years and years and years. I didn't think of that as coach because it was my mama, but she's amazing. But then I had a client that I worked with for 8 months who her life dramatically changed. She wasn't an entrepreneur before. She had the seedlings to become an entrepreneur. But in 8 months, I downloaded years of stuff that I had learned. And I said to her, like you were walking through the forest, don't step on that, move this way, don't do this, don't do this, like shepherding her through the forest. Within 8 months, at the 6-month mark, she had been making high ticket sales, which is pretty freaking unheard of for someone who had never known herself to be an expert before. And at that moment, I was like, I've been an idiot for not seeing the value of this, because this is not just a money thing or a time. This is like valuing your own time. The fatigue. This is a thing. I don't know if you guys feel this. The resilience and the persistence and the fatigue it takes to walk through this jungle by yourself is scary. And so to have someone who's like, I've already been through this jungle, follow me, take this path, and to be able to ask them questions as you go, You can't put a dollar value. If we put a $20,000 price tag on it, you would jump on it. If I put a $50,000 price tag, this is something that will absolutely be life-changing. And Lauren and I are the kinds of people, she gave birth without epidural. I'm the kind of person who works till like 3 a.m. to give the best love I can to my clients. You know that, you'd be freaking lucky if you got in on this. And so should we tell them like who this is not for?
Yeah, I can start with telling you who it is for. So
yeah, sure.
Even if, like, I want to say this, so even if you do consider yourself a beginner, because like there's so many people who are like, well, I'm still a beginner, I'm still at the beginning, it's fine. You don't have to put that label on yourself first of all. Like, I don't like labels overall. So I don't care if you call yourself a beginner or you call yourself Beyonce or you're somewhere in between. I don't care. If you do feel like you aren't having consistent clients or customers, or maybe you're still getting your first few, this is still going to serve you in the same way. And the effects that you're going to see after these 6 weeks are what really truly matters. So like what Paloma was talking about, it's the long-term effect. So you learn these content strategies once, you learn these sales and confidence methods and these mindsets once, and you use it for 5 years from now. You know what? You use it for 10 years from now. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah, exactly. So who it is for, obviously, like I said, if you want more clients and customers, I know that's very broad, but the way I teach content, it applies to any entrepreneur in any niche. As long as you don't sell drugs or porn or something like that, I will consider you. If maybe you do know that you're amazing at what you do, but you actually have trouble on the communication side of it. So I see a lot of entrepreneurs saying, I have an offer, I have an ideal client, I have a target market, I have an audience. Right. I don't know how to communicate what I do in a way that makes someone work with me. I don't know how to communicate the value of what I do so that it makes them see that I am an expert, right? So whatever you like, however you would define your problem when it comes to communicating your value, that's what I can help you with the content side. And of course, Paloma can help you on the side of closing the sale, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You know what? I'll just say this. With love, this is who it's not for. It is not for every single person in the world. There are some people, like Lauren and I are going to be pretty selective about who we let in. And the reason is because it's going to be pretty freaking remarkable, and we want people who are really committed. So this is for people who are committed, people who are coachable, who are reliable, who are excited to invest in themselves in a big way, and people who are just open to the process. As much as you're willing to open up to this experience, we are generous, loving people who want this for you just as much as you want it for yourself.
And we're both, hopefully you've hopefully seen this through this 3.5 hour live stream. We're both pretty tough love. So like my coaching style, the way I work with my clients, and the reason that I believe my clients get results is because I am a bit of a tough love coach. I will tell you what you need to hear rather than what you want to hear. I might call you out on some things that are sabotaging yourself. I'm not afraid to tell you what you need to hear for you to get results. So I'm not, if you're somebody who likes to work with coaches that sugarcoat everything, or they're like, oh, you're doing great, honey, keep it up, that's not me. I will tell you if something is off, if there's something you could do to improve, if there's something that you're missing that could be added. Like, I will tell you what you need to hear rather than what you want to hear. And I think Paloma is pretty much the same.
Yeah, I mean, that was the school that I was schooled in, my mama's school of tough love. But it was a pretty remarkable thing, because honesty is love. All the people who like sugarcoat it and just pat you on the head, like, we really want this good for you. We really want these results for you. And also, just an added bonus, Lauren and I are extremely well connected in the entrepreneur community. We just so happen to be friends with most of the influencers that you really look up to. And so for the select few people that we allow into this program, if you need a connection, if you need a referral, if you need to meet XYZ person, if we think that it's appropriate, we might just open up our Rolodex of peeps and connect you with the right person. If I love referring to my clients, that makes me really happy.
Yep. I have Like if you need a, I don't know, if you need a sales funnel, you need I don't know, like anything. I have every single expert in my network that you could possibly imagine. I just referred actually two of my coaching clients to funnel builders that they needed. Like if you do have a need, if you need to hire somebody, outsource something, delegate something.
Between Lauren and I will find you the person.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that doesn't just go for like during the program. That goes for like, next year. Like if you need somebody, you can ask me, or if you need a referral or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm probably your girl. We're probably both your girls.
Yeah.
So,
guys, you want to be around the people that you want to be like.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, you're the average of the 5 people that you're around. Look, the other people who invest in this program will be the kinds of people that you want to be around, because they too are people that invest in themselves. And so they will be high quality, well sifted, and we're going to be selective about picking amazing people. So if you're excited, drop an emoji in the comments below. And Lauren, if they want advance notice of, as soon as we open the doors and are accepting applications, what can they do to reserve that?
Yeah, guys, so there's a wait list right now. Applications are not open. They'll be open in about 4 to 5 days. There's a wait list right now that you can go sign up for. If you sign up to the wait list and then you apply for the program when the doors do open, you'll get $200 off. I'll just drop the link really quick to the wait list here. Hang on a second. There you go. Okay, cool.
And if you know someone who badly needs this, friends, good friends help other friends out. Tag them in this Facebook Live, because you're going to be going on an amazing journey, and what better than going with your awesome friend.
Yeah. Guys, I'm super excited, and it still makes me a little emotional to say this is truly my last coaching program. I've been coaching people for about 1.5 years now, and this is the last time I'll be available to coach you personally. You will get one-on-one time with me as well. So in a lot of group programs, it's like, oh, you get 5 calls and you don't get to see me in between calls, and I'm not accessible. It's not how I designed this program. So you're actually going to get one-on-one time with me, as well as time in the group. And on the waitlist page, so just click on the link and you'll see that it's not just your average, like you get 6 calls and then that's it. I'm actually giving you access to my courses. Paloma's giving you access to one of her courses. There's a bunch of just added bonuses in there, because I'm just like, it's my big shebang. Like it's my last thing. So I'm just packing as much value as I can into that, just because I can. It's my last thing. So.
And guys, we'll probably go into that more in terms of exact, all the juicy, delicious things that you get. But you'll be getting access to my course that no one has access to except for my betas. It's not even publicly available at this moment, but it is a pretty freaking remarkable, life-changing kind of thing. And Lauren and I've seen the behind the scenes of what Lauren's planning for you guys, and you'd be crazy not to get in on this and fight your way to the top of that wait list. So
yes. So if you have any questions, I'll just end with this. If you have any questions, send me a message personally. I don't use my inbox. You guys know that I don't use my inbox on a regular basis, other than during launches or during a new opening of a program. So if you do have questions about it, just send me a message. I don't bite usually. Send me a message and we can chat. So that's it. And you guys, you'll see Paloma again. So she's going to pop in the group again over the next few days. So you'll see her again. So this isn't like a farewell to Paloma yet.
I love you guys. This was so much fun. Thank you, Lauren.
You're so welcome. Guys, one more time in the comments, please just say thank you, Paloma, for coming in. You guys will see both of us again soon. So if you are already sick of us, too bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Bye, guys. Thank you for hopping on.
Bye, guys.